It feels like if you live in the UK, especially the north of the UK, that, I should say north of England, north of the UK, Scotland, but you get what I'm saying. It has been cold ever since probably November here. So we're on nearly 4 months now of it's just been cold every single day for the last 4 months. So I'm hoping it's going to be warmer in a few months because I'm sick of cold every day. Bad segue, but like people being sick of the cold, people are sick of the bear market and crypto not going up. And just like me wanting summer, people are wanting the bull market. And they've wanted the bull market since 2024. We had a nice little rise around the time of the US election, November 24. This is when I always remember XRP had an average price throughout the year of 2024 of around 50 cents for 12 months straight. It was maybe 70, maybe 40, just a small band. Shot up in that time frame to $3.60, and a lot of other coins went up quickly. Now, people still say we didn't have a bull run in 2025. And throughout 2025, people were saying, altcoin season, when's the bull run, when's the bull run? We had it. And as much as you'd like to argue that we didn't, you look up the all-time high of most coins, as long as they're not EGLD. And that was 5 years ago. Anyway, most of them that are still going, still gaining value, it was 2025 last year. BTC, all-time high last year. Ethereum, all-time high last year. Solana, all-time high last year. Many, many, many others. Zcash being one of them, etc. So we did have a bull run, but because there's a lot more altcoins now, depending on what track you look at, we had the bull run last year, right? So people that are saying 2026, we're going to have a bull run, it's been. I hoped that we would have a final kind of run to end the bull run. Latest I said was March 26. And it's pretty obvious now that where the market is with everything dipping, it's just not happened. Unfortunately, it's just not happened. And that is why the back end of last year, I said to myself, going forward, I didn't want to do in 26 what I did in 25. I did take some profits in 25, you know, the coins that I've mentioned I took profits on, Aave, Kita being two of them. But I didn't just want to do the HODL strategy or just do the DCA strategy for 2026. And someone commented on one of my videos and they said, you said last year you weren't going to yield your crypto, you weren't going to get in stables. Why are you doing that in DeFi pools? And it's all about adapting to the market, you know. There's a quote that was in my old company as you used to go up the stairs. It is not the strongest species that survive, it is the ones most adaptable to change. I.e., you know, you could have the largest crypto portfolio, but it could easily just go down or stay stagnant if you don't adapt to the market, or if you don't want to adapt to the market, you know. I could just spend the whole of 2026 DCing into my crypto and hoping that it's going to go up a bit so I can take profits or whatever. But I want to try and actively use my assets to do something. And that is why I've gone towards the DeFi pools, why I've gone to liquidity pools, and why I want to do something different in 2026 rather than just the same thing over and over again in 25. And guess what? It actually is exciting trying out DeFi pools. It actually is exciting seeing yield on your crypto come back into your wallet. It actually is more interesting than just sat there doing nothing, because all you're doing realistically is using the same assets that you would just hold and gaining a percentage back on them every month, seeing cash flow coming in every month rather than zero happening every single month. Because people, let's be honest with you, the back end of 25, we're sick of seeing the crypto just do nothing. And a lot of the things I've noticed in crypto is looking forward to, oh yeah, this time next year, or, you know, I'm going to have this much more wealth or whatever. But again, you've got a couple of options when you're working with passive income. You can either use it and spend it, or you can then just accumulate more of the crypto you've got. Again, I've said it. If you are sick of buying crypto, which I know a lot of people are literally sick of buying crypto, with DeFi, you don't have to. You can literally just accumulate the same assets for free by using them in a DeFi liquidity pool. Just like using property and renting it out instead of just using the property being empty, obviously going up in value over the long term, like a lot of assets do, instead of just doing nothing. The pitfalls where people fall down, and I've said this many times, the pitfalls where people fall down is rushing into liquidity pools, not understanding the ranges, not understanding their assets they're getting into because they chase the yield and they round trip themselves. I did post this in the DeFi chat. If you want to join, it's just a free chat with the DeFi PDF that I've got. Link in description. Or if you want to book a call, join the 10K Fast Track community. Link in description as well. And again, you can try everything for free that I talk about. Absolutely everything is free for you to research and look at. If you're skeptical, if you think it's a scam, there's always a smart ass in the comments that leaves a stupid thing like, oh, well, it's a scam, blah, blah, blah. Try it yourself then. Literally try it yourself. Look into it. Don't be one of these guys that because the altcoin went down, they lost money, that everything is a scam because they're not winning. They're not getting an ROI back. And I get it. Some people do see air into these coins that just go all the way down and they never make any money. So you do have to have, in hindsight, some assets that are going to gain value. Obviously, you can swap them when you gain yield out the liquidity pools. You can swap what you get to a stable coin or to something like a BTC asset or ETH, for example. But if you've got a portfolio of meme coins, it's probably best to maybe look at what others you can attain rather than that, because that time's gone. That time is gone. That was, 6-12 months ago, the meme coin craze, and that is gone, which usually signals the top of the market. Anyway, that is it for me today. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe. See you all very soon.